औज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली अल्लाहुम्मा अफ़्तह अलैना हिकमतका वंशुर अलैना रहमतका या ज़ल जलाली वल इकराम अल्लाहुम्मा इन्नी असअलुका इल्मन नाफ़िअन व अमलन मुतक़ब्बलन व रिज़्क़न तय्यिबा अल्लाहुम्मा आफ़िनी फ़ी बदनी अल्लाहुम्मा आफ़िनी फ़ी सम्मी अल्लाहुम्मा आफ़िनी बसरी ला इलाहा इल्ला अंता सुब्हानका इन्नी कुन्तु मिनज़ ज़ालिमीन. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Okay, today we are going to learn about the pseudocode guide. This is guide for teachers and the students as well. Okay, so yesterday we have discussed about the pseudocode and we have extracted the highlighted the important points, and we have also discussed about the flowchart in which we have figured out its different components just like that. Look here. So now I'm going to tell you about what is pseudocode. Pseudocode is what? Steps to solve the problem, isn't it? We write steps to solve the problem. That's called pseudocode. Steps to solve a well-defined problem. That's called pseudocode. That's called algorithm. But what is the difference? Algorithm. We follow algorithm in our daily life. If you want to make a breakfast, we follow algorithm. Okay, if your parents are preparing dinner, okay, examples of algorithms are, let me write over here. Okay, preparing breakfast. Okay, ji. Preparing breakfast, then okay ji, preparing breakfast, dinner, lunch. We follow some steps to prepare all these stuff, okay, food. Okay, now I'm making a cup of tea, cup of tea. What else? Coffee, cappuccino. Okay, juice. वो जूस कप थोड़ी होगा, ठीक है, ठीक है, preparing one glass of, ठीक है, whatever, juice, ठीक है, we use juicer to process the ingredients like fruit, and then we will extract what juice from the fruits, blah blah blah. So there are so many examples. For example, getting ready for school, getting ready for school, ठीक है, dress up, ठीक है, okay, now put on your shoe, okay, then what else? Performing ablution, wuzu, ablution. Okay, now performing salah / salah, namaz, and there are many more examples. This is called, ladies and gentlemen, algorithm and the pseudocode. So now this, okay, this is about algorithm. Okay, now algorithm has different types. Algorithms have the different types. So one type is, what are the types? One is flowchart, the second one is structure diagram, and the third one is pseudocode, which is written here in front of you. Pseudocode. Okay, now you can watch about flowchart about our previous video, and structure diagram also we have discussed, or maybe in next video I will show you that. Now let's focus on the pseudocode. In pseudocode we use English-like statements with some geometrical shapes. No, not geometrical shapes. Here in flowchart we use geometrical shapes. Let me clear. Geometrical shapes to show the different processes in the flowchart, steps to solve the problem. Okay, in structure diagram we will use hierarchical top-down approach to decompose the problem into smaller manageable chunks or modules or procedure or function. And we will use what? Top-down approach. Top-down approach. Top-down approach to do what? To break down a complex problem into small manageable chunks. Complex problem into a smaller manageable steps, or we can say chunks, or we can say modules, or we can say procedures or functions. We will thoroughly discuss these in our next topics. So this is about the structure diagram. Okay, so algorithm has three types: 1, 2 and the 3. Okay, and now talk about pseudocode. In pseudocode we use English like statements, is some mathematical operators, but it doesn't follow the strict syntax of the programming language. Look here, it's over here. Pseudocode is a simple method of showing an algorithm steps to solve the problem. It describes what the algorithm does using English keywords. In algorithm, let me highlight this. We use using English keywords that are similar to those used in high-level programming language. So what is high-level programming language according to you, beta? Give me the examples of high-level programming language. I have to write over here. High-level programming language examples. High-level programming language is a computer language. I know it's computer language, but be specific. Give me the name. I have taught you in the city school so many programming languages. What you have learned in class 8? Have you done Edison roboting? Have you learned about how to program Edison robot? Yes or no? Okay, yes, in Edison robot, to control the Edison robot, which is our real robot, okay, we have to program this robot using how to program this robot? How to program the Edison robot. Let me show you the high-level programming language robot. We use English like words. Okay, using add scratch is a high-level programming language. Add scratch app.com/ okay, add py app.com. okay, we use a Python language, and then add block, we use block based blockly language, add block app to program the Edison robot. So, and obviously with the help of AddCom cable you can download that. Olden gold days. Okay, now what is high level program? Let me give you more examples. C language, C++, then we have learned Visual Basics in class 8, in which we have designed the calculator. Visual Basics kiya tha na? Then we have learned about the Python language, which is high level programming language. Then we have learned about the Scratch, which is a block based programming language. Blockly, SCRATC, Scratch is a blockly program, block based programming language. What else? There's so many languages we have learned. One more is robocodo, rodocodo programming language. It's a high level language. Okay, in rodocodo we just add the steps. It's a block based. We write steps in which you will learn about the critical thinking, problem solving skills. Rodocodo is over here. Let me show you this language. Rodocodo. My kids are playing hours of code. Look here, play rodocodo. Unity. Okay, now this age appropriate. So 4 till 7, 8 till 11. So let me select the 4 till 11. If we will sequence, we will follow in algorithm sequence, flowchart in sequence, and in pseudocode we will write the solution in sequence of the well-defined problem. If we don't follow sequence, you will never ever get your desired outcome. So when you will start this, so basic pick up the commands to pick up the coins and guide the cat to finish the letter. Let's go. So let me skip this video. So in this video you have the guideline. Look here, now critical thinking. So what if I will remove all these steps from here? It's very easy. When you click play, it will run the script. Okay, now cat, this is our destination. We need to, objective is we need to pick this coin. How? First we will take 2 steps forward, 1 and 2. 2 steps forward. Let's try this. Good. 2 steps forward I have taken. Now after that we need to put a coin, pick a coin, and then take 1 more steps to reach to the destination. This is called sequence of steps. This is called critical thinking, and problem solving skill is involved over here. This is for all levels, starting from age 4 till your level beta. Then you click on next, move to the next topic. Must try this. I'm going to share this with you. Are you with me till here? I'm sharing this with you. Free of cost, but it will enhance your problem solving skill. So now I'm going to close this. So let's get back to the pseudocode. We use English words. Okay, using English keywords that are similar to those out in high level programming language. These are the example of high level programming languages. Okay, data items to be processed by the algorithm are given a meaningful name. Meaningful variable names we have discussed yesterday, like age is a meaningful variable name. Look here, let me give the example of meaningful variable names. Okay, meaningful variable names. Examples are, what are the examples of meaningful variable name? So before going to variable, so tell me what is variable. What do you know about variable? G beta. Is a storage area. Is a storage area which can hold, okay, storage area where? Storage area inside the computer memory. Computer memory. Okay, now like HDD, SSD, these are what? The examples of the computer memory. For example, computer memory, we usually store our data in HDD, hard disk drive, SSD, solid state drive. If you are using your mobile phone, then to enhance the memory we use SD cards. Okay, so variables are simple, the storage area we store data. So in programming language we write some variables where we will store some integer, like you said earlier, we store some integer data, some characters, some numbers, okay, blah blah blah, floats, real. So let me show you the example of meaningful variable name. First is I want to store your first name, so I will declare first underscore name, okay, first name, and then I will use this operator arrow and here within double quotation I will write your name. Let's say I'm going to write here Adika. Okay, so why I have written mentioned double quotation over here, because whenever you will write your name or message, so you need to put in a double quotation. This is the syntax of the protocol when you are using string of characters or word. Okay, so now this name is now assigned to the first name variable. This is variable storage area. Now I want to, what if I want to print this another, so we will simply use output. I will show you later on. Now next I want to take your age, so I will declare a variable name student age, capitalize the first word of each letter without spaces. This is the variable, this is what good practice of declaring variable. You are not supposed to give spaces between variable names, otherwise you will get syntax error. What is syntax error? When you will not follow the programming rule. Okay, now age is, let's say I'm saying here, okay, your age is let's say 11, and no, please mention, look here I have used, observe this point, here I have used double quotation. Here I have used double quotation which I have mentioned your name, but here in this case over here I didn't put what double quotations over here, because this is a number, integer, that we are storing in this variable name, and here we are storing this string of characters in this variable name. Okay, what if you want to print these two? Simple, you will use these keywords which are over here: input, output, if else statement, while, repeat, until, for, to next loop. These keywords you have to use to take input from user or just show the output. Then after space you need to type first name, output first name comma the student age. It will print your data. Okay, what if I will use this over here? First I will type first name, print it. Now after that put a comma is separator. Remember this, comma is what? A separator which separate these two variables. Okay, now what was the second? Student age. So now you will get the result on the output screen. Are you with me till here? Okay, now pseudocode is not bound by the strict syntax of the programming language. It is not bound. For example, if you forget to put semicolons in the JavaScript to terminate the statement, or for example, what else you have to use the in Python we have to use what? If you want to mention keyword take input from user, then you have to write this syntax like that. For example, first name, now I want to take input from user, is equal to, so I will use input function like that. Is a case sensitive, small case, then here I will print a message, please enter your name is equal to, look here, if you don't use this formation, keyboard, for example, in small case you will type input. In pseudocode, look here what I've mentioned here, you have to use keywords in capital letters, but here you have to use keywords in small case, and after that you need to put a round bracket. But here, look here, I didn't put a round bracket after this. So what if I want to take input from user? So in pseudocode I just type input, keyword in caps with spaces, and then I will use these two variable names over here like that. So it's not follow the strict syntax of the programming language. If you don't put these brackets, or what if you will capitalize the first letter of this word input, you will get syntax error. This is the syntax of Python. What syntax are what the rules set for the programming language. If you don't follow the rules, you will get error. If you don't follow your school rules, you will face the sound, isn't it? Consequences. Now pseudocode is not bound by the strict syntax rules of the programming language. It does what its name says. It pretends to be a programming code. What pseudocode? Pseudocode is also known as a fake code. It is also known as a fake code. That's why it pretend say it's written there. It pretend to be a programming code, but it's not. Bana kar raha hai, theek hai? We need to convert this pseudocode into. We need to convert these statements into the Python language, just like that. Just like that. Okay, now to ensure the pseudocode is easily understandable by other, it is useful to consistent in a way it is written. The pseudocode in the book, okay, blah blah blah. Okay, its non-proportional font is used throughout. So for this, all keywords used to describe specific action. For example, input means that we are taking input from user. We are putting input with the help of keyboard. For example, performing addition, subtraction, multiplication using keyboard. You want to enter on ATM machine, you have to insert your card, input or then you need to use touch screen to input your password. Getting my point? Should be written in capital letters. All names given to data items, for example variable names, these are data items which can hold the data first name and the student name. So these are data items. And subroutines are modules. We will subroutine modules and function will discuss later on. Start with the capital letter. Look here, capital letter se start ho raha hai. The first word of first word is of this letter is capital. The second word of this letter of this word is capital. Okay, now all names given to the data item and subroutine start with a capital letter. Where conditional and the loops. What is conditional? Programming decision making statement. Look here, there is a condition in pseudocode or programming language. We use this one. If else is what? It's a decision making. How computer will make decision? Using if else statements. This is called condition statement. If your age is greater than 18, then you are eligible to apply for what? Driving license or your CNIC card, national identity card. Else, no. Better luck next time. Getting my point? This is called conditional statement. And repeated or selected. Repeated mean loops. Or selected statement are intended by two spaces. Look here, I have given you the indentation examples over here. This is called intended by two spaces. So what if I will mention one more thing over here, which is the most important programming technique. So this is called // means comments. Comment is what is a dead piece of code. Comment is what? So let me write, it's a dead piece of code. Dead piece of code, okay. Let me drag it over here in the corner. Okay, now this is called loop. Loop is what? Why we write comments, beta? What is the purpose of writing comments? What you are going to do in next steps. That's why that piece of code, but it is a good programming practice that you have to mention comments after each statement. There is a marks in IGCSE GCE for this. If you don't mention comments, you will lose marks. So it's mandatory and it's a good programming practice as well. So in // after that I'm going to write. So let's use count condition loop. Count condition loop. Loop is what? Loop is a closed path, like just like a fan, just like a tire, wheel. They repeatedly perform a same task. Let me give you the examples over here. Are you with me? समझ आ रही है? What is loop? Loop is a closed path. Loop is what? A closed path. And perform repeated task again and again. ठीक है? And perform repeated task. Okay. Example: fan is moving in circulatory motion. Is moving in circulatory motion, isn't it? CIR, circulatory motion. circulatory motion. Okay, blah blah blah. Let me take this over here. Okay, then after that, wheel, car wheel, bike wheel, moving round and round and round, isn't it? Perform same task again and again. So this is called closed path. What if we want to perform, we use count condition loop. This is count condition loop, in which we know from where to start and where to end. So this is the syntax of this loop. Okay, now what if we want to do what? We want to add two numbers using this loop. This is syntax of for loop. For is a keyword, count is variable name, storage area. This is called, this arrow is used over here as an assignment operator. So let me zoom in. Okay, now it's better. For is a keyword, this is command, is a programming technique, one of the programming technique, and this another programming technique is I'm using over here for loop. The another programming technique I'm using here, output. So three programming techniques I'm using in these statements, in this code, in this sequence. This is sequence of steps. For is keyword, count is variable name. This arrow shows that is equal to sign in pseudocode. One, I am assigning whatever you have on the right side, that will be assigned to the right side of the variable. So now this variable can hold this one. Two is a keyword. This is called, this is telling the starting point of the loop, and this is the ending point of the loop. Now output count, it will print all these 10 numbers on the output screen. And output what? Output is a programming technique which will help us to print whatever we have stored in this variable. Right now what we have in count 1, then 1 will be output on the output screen. You will get output screen on 1 over here. Then next count is over here. It will take you to the next number, jump to the number 2. So it will go on like that. If you like this video, please like and subscribe my channel. Stay tuned.